Yo, it's week 7, let me take you back. Green and gold in the zone, yes, back attack. Lambeau Field's rocking, cheese heads in the stands. The Green Bay Packers got the league in their hands. We got love in the pocket, throwing those dimes. Jordan's on fire, he's ahead of his time. Jaden Reed running routes, breaking ankles is tight. You blink once, he's gone, out of sight like a flight. Defense locking down, ain't nobody breaking through. Rashawn Gary sacking QBs like he's got something to prove. Campbell with the hits, Jared in the zone. You step in the Lambeau, you best watch your tone. Green Bay Packers, we're running the show. From the frozen tundra, let the cold winds blow. 1980s groove, but we're playing like it's new. 2024, y'all know what we do. Jacobs busting through the line, no joke. Defense try to tackle, but they only see smoke. Tucker Craft flashing, breaking free with the juke. Ain't no stopping these boys, yo, we got the juice. Coached by LaFleur, got the playbook tight. Scheme so mean, every move feels right. We rolling with pride.
Welcome back, Charles. Another Monday.
Another Victory Monday. Something else happened that made this Monday more glorious. I wish I could remember. It's too bad. Because it's, it'll come to me later on. I had it at the tip of my tongue, and then I started reading.
Oh, the New Jersey Jets.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Watching the New Jersey Packers lose is one of my new favorite things. I'm not sure why that happened. Not to brush too far off from it, but honestly, like that first drive of the Jets game, it was like Rodgers to Lazard, Rodgers to Adams, Rodgers towards
Adams.
Somebody else. Rodgers to Adams. It was like
we can't.
Holy shit!
We can't leave this episode out with me calling Aaron Rodgers Captain Checkdown one last time this year. Because when your leading receiver is 4 catches, 7 yards, 1 touchdown, I just don't understand.
Yeah, that was nuts. Shout out to New Jersey Packers. Keep losing. It's making Mondays that much better. Anywho, let's hit up these Texans Packers split here. Whoa,
Offensively, defensively, I believe it was a wash. It was outside of Green Bay holding the Houston Texans to like 86 passing yards. It was fantastic by the defense.
Yeah, I've got him at 55 right here, dude. 55.
Well, that was with the sacks, yeah. The only thing that I have a question mark around this team is the penalties still. Cleaned up. Yeah. Special teams.
Yeah. Penalties is special teams for me. It was refreshing seeing our punter just be magical, because the second half was a major field position battle.
Yeah.
And shout out Jeff Hafley for showing everyone how much more he knows about football than anyone else really around him at most times, excluding, of course, the head coach and a few individuals. But regardless, and my reasoning for this is one of our episode breakdowns against the Cardinals. Something that I was very upset about was I didn't see enough blitzes, and there wasn't enough disguises, and I was like, blah, 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 blah. Yesterday, or earlier today, I was looking at a Kyler Murray stat that showed he's got like a 73% completion percentage when under pressure. And I'm like, holy fuck.
That's pretty good.
I'm like, so Jeff was like, hey, fuck you, I'm going to make you overthink this whole game. And it worked that game. Then you come out and this next game against the Texans, okay? And the reason I bring this up is the book is out on CJ Stroud. And this is why I was laughing at everyone calling this dude an MVP, blah, 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 blah. There's a second-year book. And now he's going to have to make a third-year adjustment. Yeah. Regardless, that book screams blitz, right? And people should have watched in Michigan what Michigan did to him at Ohio State for that to be successful, blah, 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 blah. Regardless, this season, he is being pressured on 92% of his snaps, bro. It's ridiculous, and it's fucking just... So Jeff came to the table with this amazing blitz ordeal, and there was disguises, and I mean, we didn't get a lot of takeaways, but you're not going to get a lot of takeaways when you're playing a great team, right? What we didn't want to see is Jordan Love giving the ball away as much as he did, and thank goodness our defense came to fucking play, because it's the only reason we won that game. Yeah, it's the only reason we won this game was defense, and we scored 20-some points. Wow, what? It's listen.
The knock on Love always was, if you're gonna miss, don't miss high with the football.
Yeah, what defensive guy? I harp it continuously. Deflections and overthrows. Deflections and overthrows are defense's best friend. And a majority of Jordan Love's interceptions so far this year, this is why I believe it's completely correctable. And when I see it, I kind of giggle and go, yep, year 2 mistake. I don't, people can say what you want, but he's a year 2 starter and we're going to get year 2 starter mistakes. I love that Matt LaFleur understands that, and yet he's riding the good with the bad. Defense is picking up the slack, but it is a majority of his interceptions this year. They're not outside of the one that rivals Will Levis this year, which is hilarious that we're basically Shohei Ohtani gambling this thing right out the rug.
We are Packer fans as well, and just lay off of Jordan Love, Brett Favre comparisons. Please lay off of those. That's not even remotely close.
No, I think Jordan Love has because of the surrounding cast. I think Jordan Love has the opportunity to be the best Green Bay Packer quarterback.
Yeah, if they can keep that nucleus of players together for sure.
Yeah. But that and the coaching staff. The coaching staff is really great. Outside of, and I really enjoy the guy, but Rich there, he's got a
Bisaccia. I was a big fan of them bringing him in. I don't know if he just doesn't have. He can't connect to the players. Something's going on with this. I don't know how much longer they're gonna stick with it. This might be his last season in Green Bay. I don't know.
And I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, maybe Green Bay is cursed, right? Like maybe Lambeau Field is cursed for kickers. But no, and other kickers are doing just fine. Yeah. Right? So I'm like, oh, why would Lambeau Field curse its own? That doesn't make sense.
We've had Ryan Longwell, we had Chris Jackie, we've had very good kickers. I don't know why we would say it's cursed.
We're just in a small lull. But I believe McManus is the answer to that small lull. I'm super excited about him. It's a 10-year veteran. This is something I really enjoy about the dude. He was practicing all day leading up to the game. This is huge. Kicking into the wind, but I don't give a frank what direction he was or was not kicking. It was just the fact that, like, leading up to, I'm hearing reports of a kicker kicking. I'm not here. You know what I'm saying? This is something. Once I heard that, I was like, "Oh my god, dude! We got a good dude, man. We got a good dude." So I was pretty excited. To see that. What do you think about the whiteout? What do you think about the home whiteout?
We knew something like this was coming. A variation of these jerseys. I absolutely loved. The fans embraced it. They all wore white as well. I don't know if they gave away some pom poms, some cheering toys, whatever it was, whatever it may be. But I thought it was fantastic. I think a lot of like your generational Homer, old school Packer fans probably didn't enjoy the jersey change, but I did.
I think I would have added a yellow stripe on the helmet, but
it was a little too white. But I think I knew what they were going for. They were going for a snowball effect.
Yes, and it had an away team vibe.
Probably, but the fans didn't make it an away vibe.
No, it was gorgeous.
The fans were fantastic.
So I did enjoy that. So game stat splits here.
Yeah.
All right. Time of possession. Who do you think who do we give these to? I'll read it off. You give me your answer. Time of possession.
I'm going to say Houston won that one because I don't think the Packers they only had 2 long drives from what I remember.
Yeah. That's a good deduction. Also, I would have been on the side of Houston due to the plus-minus turnover margin. Also, we turned the ball over. We had multiple drives halted due to a few interceptions. So, yes, time of possession did go to the Texans, 31-28.
It's fairly close.
But I believe the turnovers really are the biggest portion of this game.
That's the one that was what, 3? They gave away 3. They had none. Yeah.
Yep, 3 to none. I guess we really didn't like our positioning on the
Outside of that, I believe they dominated every other aspect of the game.
Yeah. So first downs, we had 18 to their
Yep.
15. Total yards, 277 to 197. Passing yards, this was a big one too. We had 30 some yards and 29 to 30 some total sack yardages there, but passing, they only 55 passing yards. Now, something I didn't want to focus on, the Texans made it a point to stop our run this game, and it showed. We only had 82 rushing yards to their 142, but there was a significant.
That's all they could do, though. They focused on running the football. So
Quay Walker being out had a significant impact on the Texans' ability to run the ball, because the moment we lost Quay Walker, which I'm hearing good things so far, he ended up getting kneed in the head and then kicked in the head. So he went out with a concussion that was very early in the game. And really the next handful of plays, Mixon just went off. So Quay Walker is a major piece to this defense. He's still leading the team in total tackles with 52.
yeah, I'm glad that they left him out, and then he got some time to reflect on that for sure.
Absolutely. We won the penalty battle, and not in the way you would think. We had 8, they had 5.
Yeah, that's something they really needed. These were two of the most penalized teams in the NFL, though, going in, I believe, too.
The Texans were.
So I wasn't
the most
really surprised about that,
Yes.
but I thought, Charles, they did the same thing this week that they started off the game with last week. A penalty. First play of the game, there was a penalty.
So here's my thing too: do I think Green Bay can win the division? Yes, absolutely. I didn't see anything in the Detroit-Minnesota game that made me think Detroit was going to beat our ass this year. Honestly, not a damn thing. I think, and if you ask me, do I think can Green Bay make it to the Super Bowl and win it this year? Yes, I do actually, with this team right now currently. I think the two things holding us back from this scenario, and the players need to take a hard look at who they are when it comes down to one of these specifically, and then a player on the other one, is the interceptions are going to hurt us come playoff time if they remain. I don't think they will. I believe we are going to start seeing a much more calmed version of Jordan Love, but the accuracy is still there, the heart's still there, the eyes are still there. It's just a couple boneheaded moves here or there, but the interceptions and the penalties, I think those two things specifically are what's stopping us from being a runaway division favorite and being a betting favorite via the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree.
Those things really do need to get themselves figured out. Total return yards, position battle, this made a big difference. We got them just by the edge, 71 to 68. Total plays, this was different. It was 58 them, 56 us. But with the turnovers, I thought that there was going to be a much higher discrepancy. And then, of course, the total turnovers. So really, you take those turnovers and penalties out of this, and we're beating this Texans team 21-3 at best. 21-3 at best, and I don't feel like I'm being unreasonable by it. We'll say 3-7, a field goal or a touchdown. That was even. I looked at the wife. I told her we should be getting our ass kicked right now, and I believe going into halftime we were winning, and coming out of the third quarter we were winning, and it just feels like we should be getting our ass kicked. It's going to come down to the moment. The defense bent there towards the end. Long day, 80-some degree, tropical-ass day in Lambeau. So once them timeouts got halted, they really stepped up, held them to a field goal, and then McManus came in and kicked a 45-yarder to win the game.
We said keep it under 50, and the guy's going to be money.
Yeah. And I believe the number you had even put out
91. I believe he was in the 91% inside 50.
Yeah,
his career.
What were some of your key takeaways from the game? Anything specific?
I loved the mixing it up of the play calls. I love the aggressiveness on offense to be able to throw it down the field. They took a couple shots early One of them obviously got intercepted. I like the way Dobbs played 100%. That I think he's getting better as the season's going on, especially missing a game and then coming back and catching 2 touchdowns. And then he had 2 really big catches in that game. The tight ends weren't as involved this past game as they were in the past, and that was because of the run game too, obviously not working.
Josh Jacobs ended up being a pretty big focus. Those were some hard-fought 82 yards.
He got that first touchdown.
He got his first receiving touchdown. He went 211 catches. I believe his 212th catch went for a touchdown. I believe that's
touchdown, correct.
Yeah. So that was fantastic to see. Tucker Kraft had an amazing catch, and there was 3 or 4 throws from Jordan Love, man, that you're just like, oh my God. He had one a couple weeks ago, and it was like, wow. Dude.
Yeah, one to Wicks. Dobbs had one. That one Tucker Kraft caught off the edge.
Yeah.
And then obviously Josh Jacobs catch. I'd like to see Bo Melton and those guys a little more involved in the offense. I think they can get more targets, but.
So the most frustrating third down play to me, and we've done it a couple times this year.
Facts. I cannot stress the fact that you've got to get rid of the football.
I like that one.
Taking sacks in the pocket is not something that Jordan Love, being a mobile quarterback, should be doing.
I'm wondering if that has to do with his injury, and they're still a little cautious. It was weird seeing the Green Bay Packers bring him back early. It was the first time watching the Green Bay Packers as a fan and thinking, is he ready? Because it just didn't feel like he was ready when he played that way too, first game. So I'm expecting more to come from that. But yeah, I do agree. To me, what happened was there was 2. We need to just take them out of the playbook. When we're in like a 2nd and 3 or a 3rd and 1,
yeah,
like you got to stop running 53 fucking yards for 1 yard. Right? That's so mind-numbing to me.
Are you talking about that damn Jaden? Teams have figured out that Jaden Reed end around.
They tried it with Bo Melton.
The third game in a row, I believe they've tried it, and I think they've only gained about 4 total yards.
And it came in a significant down. Like it's one of those scenarios where you're like, okay, so you don't have A.J. Dillon, but you do have Josh Jacobs. Like, how are you not throwing in an I formation or a bunch on the side with a single back,
right,
with a counter or a dive through one of the gaps? Like, it's one of those things that's super frustrating. Stop going 53 fucking yards for 1 yard. And what we mean by that is the football field, I believe, is 53 and a half yards wide.
Football field goes east and west or north and south, depending on which direction you're facing.
Right. So it becomes frustrating when you're watching this. If they went the 53 and a half yards, it'd be out of bounds. So you're obviously not getting that play. So that's why we say stop going 53 to get 1.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense because most of the time you're bringing the guy from the opposite side of the field and he doesn't just cut into it is what, like, 3rd and 1, Green Bay's, and you got to wonder if Green Bay's tipping somewhere due to we run motion over 80% of the time. Watching Green Bay's offense, you just, oh my God. And it's super telling too. It really is. It's fun to watch. I love watching Matt LaFleur.
It's way different than what we've had in the past.
Yeah. And, is this something that, like,
I think it's a lot of the
Aaron Rodgers used to do in his mind?
Probably.
By just walking up to the offensive line?
I know we did get another 5-yard penalty, another Aaron Rodgers special, though, that Jordan Love caught, the defense trying to sneak the 12th guy off the field.
Yeah.
So I was pretty excited about that. They're still implementing that. That was part of the game plan that LaFleur brought with them. Don't let him substitute. That's what it is. Keep the guys fresh on the offense and catch the guys sleeping on defense.
It's a Lambeau Field thing. Third quarter again was very good for us.
Yeah,
We held them to 0.
One of the best coaches of all that I've
second
ever
half
even
adjustments,
seen.
man. Yeah. The second half adjustments for Matt LaFleur right now are fantastic, and he's learning as things are going on. And
right.
And one of my favorite parts about this is There are very little coaches right now in the NFL that are facing a Matt LaFleur's offense and being able to successfully deduce what's happening the first half, let alone how it carries forward the second half. We did get a +7 in the third quarter. We got a tutty. I mean, that first drive coming out of it was big. We stopped them. I believe it was a 3-and-out or close to a 3-and-out, punt the ball, long drive, touchdown. And we had a really hard time. At that point, it was a position battle for the rest of the game. It was great to see that. It was fantastic to see them doing that to Jordan Love or to C.J. Stroud, to be honest with you. That was probably my third favorite thing of the day. So coming up, we've got the Jacksonville Jaguars, who remain to have the absolute worst passing offense. I think Jordan Love's going to eat. Lots of fantasy points are going to be coming out of this Green Bay Packers Jaguars game.
They've got the over under at 49.5.
49.5.
Yeah.
What's the plus minus on this? It's got to be Green Bay at over
$1.10. $1.10. Green Bay's at 5.5.
5.5
on the road. So basically a touchdown. I was
going to say a touchdown favor because the home team gets 3 in these scenarios.
Jaguars last 5. The only 2 teams that they've beaten: New England Patriots early in the season, lost to the Bears by 19, beat the Colts when the Colts were pretty much bruised and beaten for loss for nothing. They toughed out a decent one versus the Texans, 24-20. Then they got smoked by Buffalo, 47-10.
Yeah. I guess that's. Do we see the Texans, Jaguars, or do we see the Buffalo Jaguars?
Early in the season, I think you're going to see probably the Buffalo Jaguars. At this point, their season is on the brink of being a complete disaster. So 2-5, 2-5. If you go to 2-6, you might as well just kiss the.
I wish I would have looked this up earlier. I would like to see what the Jacksonville Jaguars record is after a long stint in Europe, because they just spent 2 weeks over in Europe, and now they're coming back to the States for a home game against the Green Bay Packers.
It is, and I believe it's another noon game, is it not?
Yeah, I think so. Looking at it, yep, it's a noon game, and then immediately after that, we've got the Vikings at home. That's a 3:30 game. I probably anticipate that being flexed. I don't know what the rest of the games are that week, so we'll have to see. But that could move to our Sunday night game.
Well, I thought the Detroit game would have got flexed too, but they didn't do a damn thing with it. So I don't know. I guess if they know ahead of time, maybe they will with the Packers, Vikings.
Things are being flexed now. Yeah. Like the Jaguars just got flexed out of Sunday night.
Yeah.
Jacksonville just got.
No surprise there.
No.
It's not the market you want to be focusing on.
God, no. So
there really is no like good games next week. You got the Eagles, the Bengals. You've got. Oh man, there's a bunch of 1-5 and 1-6 teams playing 5-1 and 4-2 teams. That's you got the Jets at 2-5 versus the 1-6 Patriots. Oh boy, what another one of the cripple fights. Yeah,
bunch of trap games with sprinkled in with cripple fights.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting for sure. I do the Green Bay Packers against Jacksonville. I understand the betting odds. You give Jacksonville plus 5.5.
Green Bay is a slow starting team too, so that makes the game close, and then they just pull away at the end. That's what their offense, their MO.
Yeah, if you're betting on this game, I would stay away from the first half. I would just stay away from it. There's not a lot of money in this game.
No,
you might be able to find some prop bets in there, here or there.
At most, you win your money back on this one.
Team leaders, I don't believe this has changed from last week. The only thing that's really changed, numbers have gone up. Jordan Love is now at 3rd passing yards. Rushing leader, Josh Jacobs, 540. Receiving leader, Jaden Reed, 452. Tackles with 52, Quay Walker. And then interceptions, 5. Old Xavier McKinney. Romeo Dobbs is climbing the ladder. Here's something really significant, right? Check this out. averages. What averages right here? Yards per reception. We're gonna go. I'm gonna say a name, and you guess what their average yards are. So Jaden Reed.
Per reception?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 15.8 or something.
Yeah, 15.6. All right, Romeo Dobbs.
19.
13.6. Tucker Kraft.
12.
12.6. Do you got this motherfucking thing up and you're just trying to be friendly?
Nope. No, the only one that I knew.
You go from violently wrong to super fucking close, dude. What are you talking about, bro?
I don't have enough.
You could have just told me and I would have said it.
The only one that I did know because you said it.
What's that? This is Alexa's talking.
Really, the phone's talking to us, eh? No, I didn't have it up.
Like, dude, you like, there's a pattern. You were dead on, and then violently wrong, dead on, violently wrong. I'm like, well, wait a minute. But anywho, yeah, dude, they're all averaging pretty close to. Christian Watson's at 17. You got Ben Sims, who's got just a handful of catches, 3 catches on 3 targets. Yeah. But he's averaging 13. Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson are all averaging 7. Like, the yards per catch, this is pretty. In total, our wide receivers right now per catch are averaging 12.4 yards. In total rushing, we're averaging 5 yards as a team. That's insane, dude. Yeah. So there's a lot of really nice things to take. We're down to 155 rushing yards a game, but that's to be expected. We're averaging just about 240 passing yards a game. Yeah. I'm really enjoying this season. And to be honest with you, I know this season isn't over.
No.
And there's a lot still going on, and I get that. But I'm just as excited for next season as I am for this next game. I mean, because they're growing and getting much better.
So. Yeah, I agree. I don't have any negative things this week to say about the team outside of fix the penalties. Please get better. Yep. Please fix the penalties.
Like we mentioned for the Texans game, we figured we were going to have to see a heavy dose of Josh Jacobs in the passing game.
Yeah.
And we did. We got that. We also got his first reception touchdown.
Yeah.
Got him a solidified Lambeau leap without a Jenkins penalty. So I believe that conspiracy is finally over. We can lay that one to rest. Thank you very much.
Can I tell you an NFL stat that you're not going to believe right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Josh Allen has 12 touchdown passes.
And no interceptions.
And 0 interceptions.
For the first time in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yet he's only a top 20 fantasy quarterback.
Yeah.
Wild stats.
He's had 2 really bad games.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, he's been terrible, but he hasn't turned the ball over terrible.
Yeah. Which is crazy. And we'll mention this a little bit tomorrow. Probably mention it a lot.
Yeah.
But we called the shit out of Amari Cooper having a bigger impact than Devontae Adams.
Yes.
Damn, on the head. My prediction for next week, the run game isn't going to be there. Jacksonville is much better with the run game. Jacksonville, like Tennessee, they utilize tight ends a lot, but they also defend tight ends a lot. And that's usually what happens when you have a team with a really good tight end. They generally have ways to make that tight end's life a little bit more difficult. So I feel like a passing game, I believe Dobbs and Jaden Reed are going to have 2 really big days. And I believe this so much that earlier today, I removed Deebo Samuel from my fantasy lineup and put in Romeo Dobbs, which was a 3.6 point differential on the projected fantasy points. But I really love Romeo and Jordan have a massive chemistry right now. They've got a lot of chemistry. I like where they're going. It is at times, the one interception could have been a first down had Jordan not thrown towards Romeo, but you take the good with the bad. So I want to see big games from the wide receivers. I'm afraid to really say anything about the defense, to be honest with you. I'm just excited to watch, and I'm now comfortably in the back seat, and Jeff is driving.
Jordan Love is going to have plenty of opportunities to throw the ball against this defense. They've only taken the ball away one time through the air, one interception for Jacksonville.
I feel like this is a great get-right game for him.
Great get-back game, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we're both on the same page there, wide receivers for sure. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to add?
No, Green Bay 29 or 27, Jacksonville 17.
I think the turnovers are going to be significantly less, and because of that, the points are going to be more in Green Bay's favor. I do like Green Bay to get back over that 30-point mark. I'm going to say 34. Yeah, 34. I don't have to worry about missed kicks right now, per se. Yep, 34 to 12. I'm going to say 34 to 12. Yeah, I love what our defense has been doing.
Missed extra pointer for
4 field goals, bro. 4 field goals.
Right.
Yep, 4 field goals. I love what our defense has been doing. I know that's a lot of pressure, but when you hold C.J. Stroud to 86 passing yards and you hold the Houston Texans as a team, they are missing Nico Collins. And yeah, I'll give you that. That's fine. But you still have Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs. And miss me. Yeah. Schultz missed me with that. Oh, we didn't have Nico Collins. Yeah, this isn't last year when you lost Tanky and Nico had to step up. Because everyone was like, oh, Tank Dell, totally forgot about Nico. Yeah. And then Tank Dell goes down. Everyone's, oh, yeah, Nico Collins is a dog. Yeah, guess what? Stephon Diggs was supposed to be that, hey. And, anywho, so I like Green Bay's defense in this one. I think with the accumulation of coming back from England or from Europe and it being one of the early slate games, this isn't a Sunday night game, it's noon. Like they got back, I think this morning more or less. They'll have an off day and come back into work tomorrow and start preparing for the Green Bay Packers. So I really Green Bay in this one. Jacksonville isn't expected to do much, and I believe our coaching staff will have them be prepared. This is a scenario where you and I just both mentioned it's a get-right game for Jordan Love. So you don't overlook a get-right game.
This could be a 4-touchdown game for him.
Yeah, no interceptions. And you don't overlook a get-right game per se just because your opponent is a divisional opponent, because we do have the Lions coming up next week, and they'll be coming to our house first. So this will be very exciting. The tickets to that game is fucking impossible.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
So thank you all. Oh, yeah, a couple quick tidbits, too, about the fan that got kicked out. He definitely did not get kicked out. He got a warning.
Oh, he got a warning?
Yeah, he got a warning. So whatever that scenario, he did get something about grabbing the face mask.
Yeah, I think he grabbed part of the equipment in the... Not only that, he was flipping middle fingers and he was running his mouth. And we'll chalk that up to him being drunk probably, but still. At some point, you got to know not to put your hands on the player. Yeah, from the official report, it was the grabbing of the equipment that was deemed excessive. Yeah. So, you got a firm talking to. We'll bring that up tomorrow in a different light. We'll bring it up tomorrow. We'll just go over the fact of at what situation is it go from a warning to kicking me out? Because we've seen this in basketball, the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah. And the best part about it, though, and I love this too, was that Joe was waving by to the guy like, "Oh, you just got kicked out, buddy." It's, hey, bro. We'll talk a little bit more about it Tuesday, but
we'll talk
you in Lambeau Field. You ain't doing no damn Lambeau Leap. Get out of here. And we ain't no stadium where we're only going to have about 4 fans out there, bro.
Heck, you really thought that was going to go for you, huh?
That's crazy, man.
The only player that probably could do one, it would get accepted. Aaron Jones might be able to get away with one. Still. Depending on where he goes. Yeah,
maybe.
Get away with one. I don't think they're going to hug him and clap him, but I think they'll let him sit.
I wouldn't help him up. And I don't mean if he fell.
No,
But I wouldn't stop them. But I
I'm
wouldn't
thinking
stop
there's
him.
a lot of birds, middle fingers going in
Yeah,
the back
yeah.
row, but I don't think they
But
shove him out of the stadium.
Yeah. But I wouldn't stop him.
No,
But I'm not
not helping him up.
I'm not grabbing you
But
and helping you
like,
up. Right?
well, like they had to do with McManus.
Yeah.
White man can't jump.
When you get to do a Lambeau Leap, man.
Hey,
it's-
man, yeah,
And
absolutely.
it is. Apparently, I know, dude. So
It's up
like
there.
the band member with his tuba, and there was still like a foot or two of space from him and that wall. So
It's like a good 7 feet. 7 feet
it's
up
on
there, man, yeah.
8, 9 feet, dude. Yeah, I mean it's if you fell head first drunk, you can get hurt.
Damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's rough. Yeah,
No,
that's
it's going to
like-
be really hard for you to fall. There's this like
It's a ledge, yeah. It's
2
almost like
foot, 3 foot ledge type thing. It's everything about it is damn near impossible. The amount of security guards and everything. Lambeau Field, they ain't no chumps. They ain't no dummies. They've been around since 1919. 13-time world champions. Okay? 13-time world champions. Google that. You Google this. Indiana told you to Google him. I'm telling you, Google who has the most world championships in the NFL. Do yourself a favor.
It's just like the Indiana coach said. Google us. We win.
Green Bay Packers. Go Pack, go. Thank you to all of our listeners out there, all of our new listeners, all of our subscribers, all of our clicks, likes, comments, everything about you, who you are. It's perfect. It's fantastic. We genuinely care about you as the person and just how you're doing. So don't be afraid to stop by, say hello, tell us how you're doing, tell us about your day. That would be fantastic. Otherwise, thank you so much, and we love you more.